Yo, what's up everybody? How's it going? Playing some more Watch of Samsara. Just refining. That's what we're doing. We're refining. Hey, Bob Hicks! Thank you for the 7 months. So we have our Zeus here. What we're gonna do is we're gonna grab him a sealed ring of disaster. And then we're just gonna rush a soul ring. I know that I used to say, and by a long time ago, a long time ago, I used to say soul ring is not good because it's not enough mana. And that is true. But turns out Soul Ring plus mana potions is enough mana. So Soul Ring is actually pretty solid.
Thank you for the cocoa. Here is a donation, you awesome person.
Hey, full cracks. Thank you so much, man. Yes, I specifically went and got the cocoa for you guys. I thought you might appreciate her. You know, she was just laying in her other basket, but that's okay. She'll survive being moved baskets. But yeah, so Soul Ring in of itself is actually not good enough to really justify getting it for mana, but like Soul Ring with mana potions is. And yeah, I was wrong. Honestly, fuck, I was wrong. I'm just gonna say it. I was wrong. Okay, guys, I'm sorry. I take it back. Soul Ring is good. Soul Ring is good. Should buy Soul Ring. I am now going Soul Ring. All right, I'm now going Soul Ring. I got it. Anyway, for now, we're just gonna chill though. Early game is really just gonna be chilling, right? Like that's just the entire strategy here. We're waiting until round 2 is over. Round 2 is really kind of like, it determines a lot in terms of what we're gonna do going forward, because by round 2 we get a free unit, and we also get, of course, very importantly, we get ourselves a chest, and that could be an item, or it could not be an item. It could be bullshit. You don't know. That's exactly the point. So, we have a Storm Retinue here, and I do want to say something. I used to really put a lot of emphasis on making sure we get good retinues here. I have now completely changed my opinion on this, as I do so frequently. Oh, cool. Hey, look at that, a ghost. That's pretty solid. I have now completely changed my opinions on this, and am now of the opinion that it absolutely is completely irrelevant what retinue you get. It just does not matter. Not even a little bit. And that's purely because what you're gonna do anyway is you're just gonna upgrade with also really quick. I think we can actually already afford the Soul Ring, yeah, so let's just get that really quick. Make sure that our boy has as much mana as he can have. But we're just gonna upgrade by feeding more heroes to your heroes. So like what synergies your hero has is just completely irrelevant, because we're gonna have infinite money to upgrade these boys anyway, so like we might as well do that, right? Okay. So, Gloss of Haste and Quelling Blade are both pretty much completely worthless. And then we got a Ghost. I'm gonna go ahead and put the Ghost down somewhere around here. Seems good. So, Ghost is actually a unit I want to experiment with. I know Ghost doesn't seem like the best unit. And frankly speaking, Ghost is not the best unit. But what Ghost has going for it, that really not a lot of other units do, is synergy with Eidolon. And Eidolon is one of the best units. And I think the synergy the Ghost has with the Eidolon is worth considering investing into. Because it does have it creates a 4% chance for the Eidolon to just one-shot things. And it turns out late game, those 4% might end up mattering a lot. I'm not too sure about this. This is actually mostly me theorizing, because I have not played with the Eidolon like that before. But hey, I want to try it. Right, that's kind of the thinking here. Just see how this goes. In terms of items, we're going to just go ahead and get ourselves a Dagon. We could get a Yule's first, which I think is fine. I mean, it's a lot of money. You know what? I think for now, actually, what I'm going to prioritize is opening up this chest. I think getting these chests is always a great way to just kind of scam your way to something nice. Alright, so we didn't get anything nice, but we did make money, which is fine. That is a good outcome. That is definitely good enough for us. So I'm just gonna buy some more mana regen. Look, mana is our priority here. I used to do this by trying to get the Satyr Mindstealer, and the Satyr Mindstealer is a good way to get mana, but honestly, it's a bit unreliable, and I don't like that it's unreliable. And that's it. So I've kind of like come up with a way to try and not do that. Right? Oh, will you watch 2019 Evo? I was watching some Evo last night, for sure, man. For sure. Gotta support my boys. And by my boys, I really mean, I don't know any of these Smash 4 players. That's not true, I do know a lot of them. I do keep track of what's happening in Smash 4 as well. Because Smash 4 drama is juicy. Juicy as hell, I tell you. Alright, Medi drama got nothing on Smash 4 drama. Alright, there's a Mind Stealer and nothing else that's at all good, so that's totally cool with me. Let's get a Mind Stealer. So now we definitely have enough mana, like it's just not even a problem, right? So something you can do right now just to like make this extra easy is I could buy a Tome of Knowledge, which is a little whack. But by buying the Tome of Knowledge, you just kind of like level up the Arc Lightning and then go nuts with that. It is, however, a little whack, and we're not gonna do it. Right? But it's something that I feel like is fine to do if you're in a position where, you know, you just kind of have... what am I trying to say? If you have some extra money or something like that, that's not true. You're never gonna have extra money. Shit, the only position where it's actually good to level up your hero with that is if you get a free tome. That's what I'm trying to say. Because I got that earlier and that shit was kind of nutty. But okay. What are your thoughts on PA? She's terrible, just like everybody that does physical damage. And yes, I'm going to continue making blanket statements like this and then tell you the next day that I'm wrong. Welcome to how we are handling this. If you think I'm gonna change now, then you clearly, haven't been following along. No, I'm gonna continue making gross blanket statements that are going to then end up being completely wrong, and then the next day I will say, oh, no, I was wrong about that. Although I am still 100% convinced that actually magic damage is the way to go. And the main reason for that is that magic damage has percentage-based damage, while physical damage does not. Physical damage is all just pure, like, numbers. Like, it's just numbers, right? There's no percentages. And percentages are the important thing, because with percentages you can kind of go a little bit, more nuts. Right, that's the big thing. Anyway, our Zeus is holding just fine, as you can see. Now, I know I said that the retinue doesn't really matter, and it really doesn't, but it does matter a little bit. Just not quite in the way that you might expect. So it doesn't matter in the way that we're trying to get, you know, like, build a clean unit composition. But it does matter in the way that we do actually have to level up our Zeus. That is actually really important. We need to get the Zeus to level 3 as quickly as possible. Do we need this for anything? No. Okay. We do need this one, though. Yep. Okay. But yeah. Oh, wait. Shit, that's actually the wrong item. Ah! Where's my Dagon? Haha. Okay, that's what I'm looking for. Alright. So, what I was saying. It does actually matter. It does actually matter what retinue we have in the way that we do need to level up the Zeus. Because we need to give him good items. Now, in terms of items, the most important thing is actually these late game items. And it's funny. My opinion on how random this game is has changed more and more. And like, my opinion on like, what is the random factor. So I'm currently convinced this game is not random if you're just trying to beat it. In that case, it's very consistent and very easy to be consistent. But I'm of the opinion that the game is incredibly random if it comes to trying to be... also, we probably don't want to spam this right now. This game is incredibly random if it comes to trying to beat as high of a like endless wave as possible. And the big reason why comes entirely from chests. It's not about the heroes, because you're gonna have infinite money. Meaning heroes and units you have infinite supply of. Now the chests, you might say, okay, well, but in the chests there are items, so don't you, since you have infinite money, you have an infinite supply of items anyway, so like, how does it matter? Well, yeah, that may sound right, but here's the thing that matters. By having an infinite supply of money, you can buy all of these items, except for any of these. And these are the ones we really care about, because these are the ones that are really powerful, right? So, The big important takeaway here, also we're gonna go ahead and give this to you, gives you just a little bit more damage output. The big important takeaway here is that we are looking to get as many Cloak of Carnages level 3 as possible, as many Octarine cores as possible, and as many Meteor Grimoires as possible, because all 3 of those items are super fucking overpowered. Now, as far as the Cloak of Carnage is concerned, really we only care about having 2 of them. As long as we get 2, we're fine. That's really all we need. But it would be really nice to get those 2, and if we don't get them, that is kind of unfortunate. Now, the thing about these items is you can only get them by upgrading. You can only get them by... wait, let me get rid of Discord really quick. Sorry, I know I'm talking and then keep getting distracted. But you can only get them by buying this stuff here, and you need soul crystals for that. And the only way to get soul crystals is to kill stuff. So you're actually hard limited on how many soul crystals you can have. And that's where the random factor comes in. With high level chests, right? I think you can get it from silver chests, but definitely from jade and then golden ones. With high level chests, you can actually either get recipes or fully completed versions of these items. And that's the random factor. Having more of these, as opposed to somebody that has less of them, is a really big deal. Right? That's going to give you a lot of power that somebody else might not have because they didn't get those random items. And that's the RNG. Alright? You see, that's kind of the thing. So it's not quite what you would expect. It's not about rolling the right items, rolling the right units, or rolling the right items from chests and all of that stuff. I think actually that's all super consistent. You can just do it. I mean, like, we are now at a point with our Zeus that we're almost ready to just start rolling for stuff. We're gonna buy ourselves a soul booster, and then we're gonna try to upgrade the Zeus. Well, you know, we want to get a storm as quickly as possible. But soul booster before that seems like a good idea. Anyway, but the point is really, it's about getting these items going. And for that we need the soul crystals, which we are limited in. So getting good recipes or items from the chests means we can bypass that limitation, making us more powerful than we would otherwise be. And there's no way to really compensate for that, right? There's no other way to get these soul crystals. So, yeah. For getting these endless waves, I think the game is actually very, very random. And somebody that has fantastic RNG is just going to perform better than somebody that doesn't. And there's really nothing you can do about that. But that's okay, because we're just going to try to do the best we can anyway. This wave is a little bit rough for us. Mostly just because they have a nice ability that deals pretty well with Zeus. But it's fine, because the following waves are not a problem. So we can just kind of like clear things out from there. And also Zeus is a golden god of glory that just kind of completes... that clears out everything without any problems at all, as you can see. You know, like, just very few minor leaks. We're gonna go and get ourselves the soul booster really quick. And now our Zeus is actually kind of fully slotted, right? This is about as good as the Zeus is gonna get, frankly. We're gonna go ahead and disable this for now. I think this should be enough to just clear this. Yeah. You're totally fine as is. So, as I mentioned, now we're really looking to get creeps. We're looking to get storm. And then kind of like go from there. Right, creeps and storm are the big thing. We want to upgrade our Zeus. We're not too fast about getting any more heroes or anything like that. A unit that would be nice to have would also be Uno. We would like to have Uno. But, yeah, that's fine. So let's actually... Oh, there's a Mind Stealer. I'm gonna get Uno instead, though. So, as you can see, we have enough mana. It's just not that big of a deal. So, the Mind Stealer is actually not that important right now. We don't need Prowler Shamans. No, and this is sadly also not very good. Don't need Stormcrafters. Okay, that was a bit unfortunate. Alright, we're just gonna kind of like let our Zeus go nuts here. Alright, let's see how much damage he can do. Ooh, we got a little bit unlucky with one of our bounces, but that's okay. Pretty good damage overall, I think. Cool, we've got ourselves level 2 Uno. And as I mentioned, now we're really just trying to get Storm. So this is not Storm. This is a Dark Troll Summoner. I know this sounds like a weird unit to get, but we actually want this one. Fire's not useful. Granite Golem is still something that we actually want. And there's a level 2 Ghost. So I know the Ghost seems weird, but yeah, just trust me here. There's a creep. No, a chest. So a little bit unlucky. Oh, there's a key. Sorry, a little bit unlucky on the chests, but that's okay. Hopefully, we'll be able to make up for this later. Right? Like this is really the kind of situation where it's just it sucks a little bit, but it's not a huge deal. All right. Anyway, Zeus is ridiculous, as you can tell. Yeah, we're sadly out of money and we did not get a storm. So that is unfortunate. We do kind of want storm, but I think right now I'm not going to go for it anymore. Instead, I'm going to prioritize getting these creeps going. Because it's much cheaper. I would have loved to have storm ready for the next box hunt round. Oh, very happy. Very nice. Not gonna open it now. We don't need it right now. We can't use it right now. But very happy about having it. Ah, this is just... Oh, very disappointing. Alright. Very disappointing, but not a big deal. It's just a bit annoying, mostly. Alright. Right now, it's less about beating it. It's more about, you know, having nice and clean rounds. Also, there's a single creep that is running around here. That's one of those silly snails. Alright. As you can see, Zeus has enough mana. Oh, let's go! 2 golden treasures! I am very happy. I'm not too happy about this, though. Alright, I'm gonna put down an Alpha Wolf, because Alpha Wolf actually has like a semi-decent ability. Yeah, not happy about our rolls in the unit department, but very happy about our 2 golden chests. Oh, that is actually so nice. That is actually so nice. I don't know the story of Uno. What's it about, Uno? Go watch the video Dota 2, but getting racks reveals a secret mode. That will tell you the tale of Uno, the legend of the legend himself. And... don't need any of that garbage. Hey, look at that. That's a creep. So, transform you. So this is nice, because now we got some spell crit. Which is good. Right, it's just like a little bit of extra damage here. I mean, actually, it's a pretty substantial amount of damage. Oh, I mean, saying it's a little extra damage is actually a little... not too accurate, because it is a lot of extra damage. Alright, ideally we get ourselves that... the big boy, the big level 2 melee creep as well. Yeah, so this is just a bunch of nerds. They are not dangerous. Alright, sadly we're not gonna be able to complete the Ring of Disaster before round 20, but it's actually something that pretty much never happens. Oh, sick! Alright, very happy about that. Very, very happy about it. Okay. So we're gonna use one more lightning bolt. Now it's important that we don't use the lightning bolt anymore. Even if that means we leak, although I don't think we will. I think Zeus does enough damage even without it. Yeah. It's totally fine. It's totally fine. There's only like 2 more box hounds coming. Sorry, box hound. Fallen constructs coming. Right, look at that slow. Alright. Cool. We got this ready. So yeah, it would have been sick to get this to actually be, you know, unsealed, but at this point that's pretty much impossible. I don't think I've actually ever managed to pull that off. Anyway. Doing a lot of damage here. 200,000. Seems good. Yeah, that was a good amount. I think we can be pretty happy about that. Alright, let's get also start creep. And we're looking for... oh, ODs actually. Something for later. There's a Blight Soul, so that's also pretty good. Oh, I'm out of tower space. Alright. We're gonna go ahead and eat our Granite Golem really quick. So, I'm not gonna put down OD just yet. There's a Mind Stealer. Yeah, I guess we'll put that down. Jade Key is good. So what are we looking for? We're looking mostly for Storm, but I would also be happy to get a Zeus. That would serve the same purpose. There's our Storm. Right, so we have level 2 Zeus now. Cool, cool, cool. And then we have an OD. I mean, like, we might as well throw this guy down right now. Really makes no difference. Don't expect this OD to be very powerful right now. Because frankly, he's just not. He's just not. He will just not be performing that well. If you expect OD to be doing very well right now, then you're gonna be disappointed. But that's not why we're getting him. We're not getting him to do well right now. We're getting him for the future. Right? So, the only thing we really need now is Necrophos in terms of units for heroes. But it's not that important that we get it this early. In fact, it's just completely irrelevant. I mean, it's not bad to get it early, but it also just doesn't matter. So it's fine. Anyhow, in terms of other units that we're going for, yeah, this is gonna be maybe a little bit more interesting. But we are getting one more Granite Golem to replace the Storm with. Then we are getting an Eidolon to replace the Satyr Mind Stealer with. And then we are replacing... What are we replacing the Forest Troll Priest with? There's a specific unit I'm looking for, and I just can't... Satyr Tormentor! Yes, Satyr Tormentor. I know this one may seem really weird, but Satyr Tormentor has a really interesting ability. It's called Wisdom Aura. It gives 40% extra intelligence. The thing is that a lot of our units deal damage based on their intelligence. In fact, every single one of the heroes that we are going to end up having will deal damage based on their intelligence. Alright? And that's where that comes in handy. Oh yeah. Alright, thank you very much. Obliterating Orb online. So yeah. I mean, this is just going chill now. Wildling Ripper bombing, look at this E. Yeah, Wildling Ripper is not something we need, I don't think. Alacrity, is that mana's damage 1%? If you use an ally with an immense surge of energy, increasing the spell damage based on the mana pool. Yeah, this is not good. I don't think this is something that we want. Mostly because it has too long of a cooldown. We need things with lower cooldowns. Look, I'm not playing to beat the game right now. I'm not really interested in beating the game. Beating the game is going to be like just a side effect of what we're actually trying to do. Which what we're actually trying to do is we're trying to beat the Endless mode, or at least get as far as we possibly can during Endless. Alright. So that's just kind of the thing where it's like, yeah. Don't really need to worry about stuff like mana during that, or we also don't need to worry about having you know, an ability with 30 seconds cooldown. It's just not something that's gonna be good enough. It's just not gonna be good enough. Alright. Hello, Seekling. Now that we have our Ring of Disaster ready, that kind of changes the next fight a lot. The next Boxhound round. Alright, that's a very, very significant change to the situation. I don't think we can afford this right now. That's okay. I mean, like, we're already at 120,000, 60. 250. 300. It seems... Yeah, that's fine. Alright, there's a Tormentor. Which, as I mentioned, we do need this. Although, I'm actually not gonna put this down right now. I don't think it's good right now. So, we want another Storm. Oh, there's Eidolon, which we also want. A Doctoral Summoner, we can give that to you. Granite Golem. So this is pretty much like our remaining units that we're looking for. But right now, I ideally actually want to get another Storm. And that's just to get our Storm, our Zeus to level 3. Which is a pretty big deal. Bit unlucky again. There it is. Oh, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Alright. So, the level 3 on the Zeus matters. Just... That's what I have to say. That is the complete sentence. It just matters. So, let's buy this. We'll get also this Aghanims really quick. And now we don't really need the Soul Ring anymore. Like, at all. It's just not important. Okay. Poor OD does not quite have enough mana to go nuts yet. So, next up, we can think about going for the Meteor Grimoire, which is great, right? Or we can go for the Octarine Core. I think it's gonna be the Octarine Core for us. We also have these treasures which we need to think about opening at some point. Why do I suck so much, man? After all of this time playing. Come on. Come on, me. It's gonna be fine. Don't worry about it. Alright. So that's useless, and we can put that on you. Alright. So, yeah, this is actually kind of interesting which one we want to go for. Right, whether it be the Meteor Grimoire or the Octarine Core. It's definitely one of them. That much I know for sure. Which one is still up for debate, but it is one of them. I could also just open up these. That might be better. You know, like maybe we get something neat. Oh cool, a Jade Treasure. Alright, MKB, we can put that on nobody. Or Battle Fury, which we don't really want. You know what? Let's just get this for now. Open up one of these. Tome of the Contract is not useful. But hey, we made some money. Which that is useful. Ah, great. Oh, I can't even get it anymore. Alright, well, we'll start with the Bloodstone then. Which we need anyway. Octarine Core is still quite a bit off. It is very expensive. Alright. One more here, then we're gonna turn this one off. Yeah, I would like to give this to the OD, the Monkey King. Actually, we can give this to the Storm. Wait, come on. You know, Storm is not really here as a unit that is expected to actually be useful. But, I mean... if he's here, he might as well do something, right? He might as well be helping out a bit. If you're rolling for units and you want to discard, roll again after just press the roll hotkey. It will automatically discard. I know, I just like doing it manually. It's a little bit more satisfying. Don't worry, later on we're gonna be automatically discarding because we're gonna be rolling a lot. Alright, we're at 200 already. So how far are we going with this? 300, 500. Can we get 600? Nice. 750. 750 is a pretty solid amount. Right, 30,000 gold. So that's enough to actually like start fitting the Zeus with everything we want to have on him. We're gonna pick up a Cloak of Carnage. We're gonna need to buy these anyway. It's just like, there we go, Octarine Core. And then we can get ourselves this. And there's another one. So we want to max out the Cloak of Carnage. Cloak of Carnage is actually super strong. So what it does, right? When carries intelligence as the highest attribute, gains 1 energy point with each spell cast. Casts Shadow of Carnage when energy points reach 5. So every 5 spells we... It's a weird way to phrase it, but every 5 spells we cast a thing. Deals magic damage to nearby enemies up to 1,000 units away and removes a portion of their health. So the important thing here is that it in a 1,000 radius it deals I don't actually know if it says 400 radius, I don't know. It's a big AoE. Point being, it's a big AoE. It does damage, 5,000, 15,000. Like, that's pretty good. And then also your intelligence does damage, especially for something that actually gives a lot of intelligence. It's pretty solid. The important thing though is it removes 9% of their HP. I don't think I need to stress that 9% is a lot. Just straight up dropping people off 9% of their health is very significant. Here, Odie, you can have this. So, if you consider how much Zeus spams, just kind of like removing 9% of enemies' HP may seem disgustingly powerful. And to you I say, that would be a correct assessment. That is accurate. And that's why we're going for it. Alright, we can give this to the... well, actually, we can't give that to the OD. What the hell do I give this to? Because we're gonna buy ourselves a Meteor Grimoire right now. Well, actually, we don't have enough money. Alright, never mind. Still need a little bit more. But yeah, that's why... that's why we go for this item. Because it's actually just completely absurd. And, yeah, we're gonna be abusing the shit out of it, frankly speaking. I do need more Cloaks of Carnage. And this is what I meant earlier. Where opening up these items right here is going to give you, you know, items from this row of the shop. And those items are just far and beyond the most powerful. Like, it's just not even close, really. So, getting some extras there is incredibly valuable. It's easily the most valuable thing in the game, right? Like, that's just the best thing that can happen. So, yeah. Does Aghanims upgrade Zeus? Actually, no. He doesn't have an Aghanims upgrade. We're still gonna get an Aghanims for our Necrophos later on. But not for Zeus. Ah, we got unlucky. Just went out of the shop. I would have liked to max out this Cloak of Carnage right now, but that's okay. Alright. Yeah, we can... There's probably gonna be enough Lightning Bolt casts that we're gonna get to the next level of the Lightning Bolt just fine. Alright, so we're gonna like wait until we either buy a Meteor Hammer or we get the Cloak of Carnage. I would prefer getting the Cloak of Carnage probably, but mostly just to get it out of the way. Alright, we're turning this off. It's not gonna be needed. As you can see, we deal more than enough damage. It's totally fine. Ah, you know what? Let's just get this. Let's just get this Meteor Grimoire. Right, that's fine. Then we have this bad boy, which we can give to somebody. Here, say to your Mind Stealer. Go nuts with it. Come on. There we go. Alright, we've got the Ring of Aghanims on the Satyr Mind Stealer. You have my blessing, my friend. Alright, Boxhound time. And we are at 500,000. And we are at 1.6 million. 2.3 million. 3 million. Can we get 5? Can we get 5? No. Oh, oh well. Alright, that's still a pretty good amount. And now we have money! We have all the money in the world. So, what do we do with that money? Well, what we do with it is we roll with it. Yeah. Nope, don't need any of that. We do need a Blight Soul. Can give you that, and then we give the Ring of Aghanim's to you. There we go. Dark Troll Summoner. And yes, I'm just rolling 5Ks. Because I'm looking for Necro and I'm looking for OD and Zeus. Because like, as I mentioned earlier, I'm actually not planning to keep these guys... Oh, there's Eidolon. I'm actually not planning to keep these guys' synergies around. What I want to do is completely disregard all of the units that are required for the synergies. But I still want my boys to be strong. So how do we do that? Well, we just level them up with more copies of themselves. And the best way to do that is just to like roll for the 5Ks. More Eidolons. Now a Blight Soul, which is not too bad at all. More Blight Souls. Hey. We want those for sure. There's a Ghost. So the Ghost is kind of like the newest addition to this strat. And I don't know if the Ghost is actually any good, frankly speaking. I have no idea. But we're gonna try it. Oh, there's another Zeus. Alright, there's another one. So at this point, we actually don't need Storm anymore. We just don't need it. Right, we can just get rid of this boy in the back. And then we can pick up this Monkey King bar and give it to our OD. Talking about the OD, let's hook him up with some stuff. Alright, let's just actually give this boy some items so he can deal a little bit of damage. We also don't need the Mind Stealer anymore. Right, so here's our Eidolon. We're gonna put that down. There's a Granite Golem. We're gonna put that down in the back. And I'm not gonna go for the Satyr Tormentor just yet. Like, the Satyr Tormentor is kind of the last piece to our strategy. But I just don't think the Satyr Tormentor is quite as important. Just yet, because it does add serious damage once you have a shit ton of items. But we just don't quite have a shit ton of items yet. Also, allow me to buy this Octarine Core. But yeah, we just don't have a shit ton of items yet. Like, we just, yeah, aren't quite there yet. So, for now, I think it's totally fine to just go like this. There's another Satyr Tormentor. Eidolon. Creep. Let's get the Eidolon. So Dark Troll Summoner is already maxed. Don't really need any more of that. Nope. There's no Blight Soul. Cool. Oh wait, did I not buy the next Cloak of Carnage yet? I don't actually have enough space right now. Or like, I don't have enough soul crystals. Alright, there's a bunch of keys. Well, we can actually open up one of our big chests right now. So, why don't we do that? Alright, everybody pray with me that we get something good here. This is not good. This is very disappointing. So this is kind of not what we're looking for at all. It's actually very bad and we got very unlucky. Because those two items we can't just buy. Right? Anything that we can just buy with money is not worth anything to us. Because money doesn't matter. Money is not relevant. We have infinite money. So anything that is solved by just having money is just not a problem that we need solving. That needs solving here. The problem that does need solving is how do we get more soul crystals? And there's really no way to actually do that. Oh, it's box hound time. Alright, you guys want to see how far we can go with this? Alright, we're at 700,000. Yeah, this is where having a Necro would be a nice addition already. But we're just not quite there yet. 5 million, 7 million, 6 million-ish. Pretty solid, I think. Yeah, this is where we really just start looking for Necro as well. There he is. There he is. So, not too happy about my positioning, to be honest. I think my Eidolon needs to be a little bit over here, yeah. That's okay. Again, money is just not a problem. Money is not an issue, so it's not too bad if we lose out on a bit.
I see we are playing discount cannibal anime girl tower defense again, Kappa.
Hey, Spider.
Hope you have a good rest of the day, Bounty, chat, and whoever else sees this. I had a rough week at work, but I have survived and my weekend has begun.
Hey, thank you, Spider. Appreciate it, man. Yeah, that's... I mean, that sucks a bit, but man, here we are, alright? We're gonna have some fun. So, Necro. Well, we're gonna hook this Necro up. Wait, actually, before we do any of that. Let's roll if we can level up our stuff some more. Eidolon is maxed out now. This we don't need. More granite golems. Yeah, I need to get my boys to a higher level here. It's a bit of a shame. Oh, I can... Oh, I don't need you. Alright, I need to get my Necro some stuff. The problem is that the Necro right now just does not have enough mana. It's gonna be hard to actually give him enough mana. Because he just can't really buy any good items, you know? Yeah. So we just gotta hope that we find more of these heroes soon. We're not going for Lina. Lina's not very good, as we learned last time. Which I'm still a little oh, I should have taken a Tormentor. But I personally have to admit I'm still a little disappointed by that. But oh well. Oh, granite golem. No, I don't need meta creeps. Granite golems are still nice because we can feed them to the Coda golem. So now it's Zeus. Fun fact, you can actually level up heroes past level 5. If you just feed them more heroes. They will stay visually at level 5. But they actually do become more powerful. Say your Tormentor. I think it might be time to actually put down the Tormentor. Alright, everybody say goodbye to Uno. Yes, I'm sorry. I know. I know. So we're gonna put the Tormentor back here. By the way, I'm not actually 100% certain that doing that I just did is actually the right play. I wouldn't be too surprised if keeping the Tormentor, keeping Uno is actually better. Now, I don't know that. So basically what I'm considering is replacing the Ghost with Uno. Not replacing the Tormentor. The Tormentor, I think, is actually essential. Man. Come on, give me a Necro. I actually do really need a Necro. I need this Necro to stop casting. Okay. Alright. Second. 11 million. Yeah, 12 million. It's infinite. It's infinite money, that's what that is. Okay, nothing... Oh, we do actually need a range creep, so that's pretty good. So now OD. Yeah, so I'm just rolling for heroes now. Ah, shit, it was a Tormentor. Hey, there's our Necro. Okay. That's a really good start. So now OD. So yeah, feeding these ODs, even at this point, does actually make a difference. Like, the heroes get better stats. Turns out better stats is an improvement. Alright, so we can buy an Obliterating Orb now, which is good. We're gonna just get ourselves a casual one of these, and get ourselves a casual Bloodstone, which we can actually upgrade because we already have the Octarine Core recipe, because Actually, we can't because Necrophos is not high enough of a level. There's our Satyr Tormentor. So is anything on our lineup not maxed out yet? No. Cool. So we're just rolling heroes now. This is what we're gonna do for the rest of the match, by the way. There's gonna be no point at which we aren't rolling for heroes. Alright, cool. So here's this. We can give our Necro that. Get ourselves this Octarine Core. But yeah, rolling for heroes is just gonna be like a permanent state of being now. Alright, we don't need any of this. Can't drop all of that really quick. Alright, everybody pray with me that we get a recipe. Ah, this is not useful. Ah, that's a big oof. So this is what I mean with like, there's luck involved in this exact process right here. This is where it does really matter what kind of rolls you get. And there's just nothing you can really do about it. You just gotta hope you get something good, you know? Yeah, let's get that. That note. We could get a Meteor Grimoire. Oh, we got another golden treasure. Yes. Alright, come on. Come on, be good. Dang. Aghanim's recipe! Yes, that is huge! I do actually need one of those. Oh, I'm so happy. That is actually so nice. Oh, man. I am very happy. Alright, so Meteor Hammer we can give to you. Here's this, and here's this. And then we give you that here, and we can move that over. Oh, man, perfect. Perfect. That is very, very important. Ah, that feels so good. I'm very happy about that right now. We've got a Dagon here. We can give that to somebody. Here, Chaotic Golem, you can have that. So I think next up, what we want to do is we want to make sure everybody in our lineup has some items. Right? So we're going to get ourselves this and... actually, this doesn't do any damage. Right? No, this does not do any damage. So you are gonna be actually mostly just right-clicking. You're an intelligence unit, that's fine. But in the end, we just care about right-clicking here. On that note, moonshots for everybody. I hope you guys are ready for the next box hunt round. It's gonna be fun. Okay, and then we get you some crits. And then we have this creep, which we give a Vigil Triumph. And then we also give you that, and we give you that. And this, and this. And you are agility, right? So we can actually give you a butterfly. Yes, we are putting Meteor Hammer on every single unit. That's just gonna be a thing. Like, everybody will have a Meteor Hammer. This is just how it will be. Alright, Wealthy Box Sound. You are mostly auras because this Satyr Tormentor is incredibly useless in any other capacity. Okay, we are 10 million-ish. There's another Reaper Scythe. 20, 30, 34. Yeah, 35 million. That's actually the highest I think I've ever gotten. And that's not even the final box sound. Range Creep doesn't have a moonshot yet? Oh, it doesn't. That's right. Alright, let's give this boy a moonshot. And then we have you. And again, same procedure as with everybody. You intelligence, but that doesn't matter. Just means that we're not putting a butterfly on it. Like, that's really the only thing that it being intelligence does. It just means no butterfly. And other than that, yeah, just this. Oh, another golden treasure. Okay. Okay, come on. Come on, be good, be good. Be good. Ah, oh, it's carnage. Alright, whatever. I'm just gonna sell this because I'm too lazy to, like, put it on a unit manually by hand. Why no Bloodthorns? Because we're not preparing for any bosses. I don't give a shit about any bosses. We're preparing for the Endless round, and in the Endless round, Bloodthorn is just not something that we give a shit about in any way at all. Because we're not going to be Bloodthorning individual units. Like, it's just not going to happen. Isn't it worth getting another one of those unlockable rings? No, because whoever has the ring is going to deal the most damage. And you can't put it on the Zeus. Like, that's the thing. I can't put it on Zeus, but Zeus is the one that I would want to put it on. Alright, you are just going nuts, but you don't really need this boy. We put that on you, I think. You have a Gungi Oath already. We have Mjolnir, Daedalus. I think we just put more attack speed on this guy, right? I mean, I would like to get a Divine Rapier or something of the sort, but that's just frankly speaking not happening, so... yeah. Alright, for you we need Obliterating Orb, because you're actually a caster. Gungi Oath, we already have the Ring of Aghanim's. And then we'll just get also some of this. Oh, and a Meteor Hammer, of course. Okay. Give the right clickers rapiers and crits. How the hell am I gonna get rapiers? I don't have any soul crystals. That's the exact thing that I kept saying earlier, where you need soul crystals, and if you don't get any soul crystals, then like you just can't do it. You know, like I don't know how you expect that to happen. So there's a Meteor Hammer, and then you are not actually a caster because we're using Rockfall, but it doesn't do any fucking damage. We're mostly using that just as a way to block things. So you are, for all purposes, really actually an attacker. So we're gonna just hook you up with the attacking shit. And then here's our Eidolon. Eidolon is actually a caster. So that's the casting stuff, and then we probably give just a casual Mjolnir to go along with it. Right, that seems fine. Granite Golem still needs another item. It's probably not a bad idea to just put down another Shiva's Guard back here. Just as like some additional assurance. Then we have this nerd, and this nerd is gonna get a Desolator. Just so we have... Actually, no. We don't need that. That's not good. That is nonsense. Okay. But I do keep the Drums of Endurance. I think the 10% increased damage output is worth it. And other than that... Oh, hey, look at that. It's a box sound. You guys ready? Only 30 million? Bit disappointing. Alright. So we just gotta like make sure this guy is fully started out. So we'll give him... Actually, wait, you already got one of these. What are you missing? Nothing really, right? We do have a Soul Cross already. Yeah, we have all of the auras. So I suppose we just give you another crit. Okay. Give Eidolon's Radiance 4. Radiance 4 does not matter. It's not enough damage to matter. Okay, everybody is 46 slotted. Yes, everybody has their moon shards. Cool. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna roll heroes. Like, that's just it. Like, get used to this window being open, because what we're gonna do is we're gonna be rolling heroes. Because putting more Zeuses on the Zeus actually makes them more powerful. So, since we're trying to get as far as possible, we gotta take even the small little advantages, right? Even the tiniest things. And this is one of those tiniest things. I'm not worried about the final boss, and neither should you be, frankly speaking. So, in our chests, I think we got... Our luck was... oh shit, I just accidentally... I clicked on it, but I was a little too late. I accidentally clicked my my reroll before that, so we missed out on a Zeus. That's a bit annoying. It's not a huge deal. But hey. Okay. Right. Zeus is our priority in upgrading. Second priority is the OD. Third priority is the Necro. So an important thing to note here is that we do actually still get soul crystals while fighting here. And here's our necro, so I'm gonna get rid of this and give you Cloak of Carnage. Yeah, necro casts a lot as well, so getting this Cloak of Carnage on him is good for the same reason it's good on the Zeus. And another thing about Cloak of Carnage is that like it's relatively cheap at the early levels. So I should maybe explain some of the synergies really quick. So we have Eidolon Max Synergy, which increases the duration of the Theta Pulse and then also gives a 4% chance to actually just one-shot. Which I feel like why that is good is very obvious. We have Chaotic Golem and Granite Golem, and we have them positioned in such a way that they will just kind of like lock things in place around here and then again around here. And that will just try and maximize the damage the Eidolon can do. This guy increases our intelligence by 40%. You only add... this guy only adds, what's it called, synergy for the Eidolon. I don't expect anything else from him. The creeps give bonus damage, and that's pretty much it. Dark Troll Summoner is actually a pretty good unit. Reduces magic resistance, reduces armor, and ensnares things. So Dark Troll Summoner is actually good, but it's mostly needed for Eidolon. But I would be happy to have the Dark Troll Summoner even without the Eidolon. It's not a priority by any means, but it's totally an absolutely fine unit to have. And as you can see, we're just completely annihilating these rounds right now. Yeah, this is not gonna get scary until we're like round 100 or so, I imagine. Although again, this is kind of a bit different. So I did the same strat before, but instead of going for the Ghost, what I had was Earth to enable the Granite Golem's second ability. Although I don't actually think that's that good, because Granite Golem's second ability is mostly just damage. It is also a disable, but it is mostly just damage. And Earth himself doesn't actually do anything. So it seemed like Ghost might just be better for the one-shot. You know, like the chance to just insta-kill seems pretty powerful. And that was my thinking. Anyway, we should keep the shop open. Keep track of our Cloak of Carnage, because we're gonna, you know, need that. In terms of money, we obviously have just an absolutely absurd amount. So we can't just keep re-rolling forever. And just kind of like hope that we get a lot of heroes that we have. Alright, like honestly we can't, we are going, and this is what we're gonna be doing. We are going to be re-rolling for the rest of the match here. And yes, I know that means that we can't spectate. Blame the game designers. Okay. But yeah, this is actually optimal. Do you upgrade the Chaos Golem? Chaos Golem is maxed out. Every single one of our units is maxed out, as you can see. They're all maxed. Every single unit should be maxed at this point. There should be no unit that isn't maxed. If you have a unit that isn't maxed, then you're being silly because you have infinite money. And if you have infinite money, you should really be maxing out your units. Close the shop? No, actually, I need to keep the shop open so I can see when the Cloak of Carnage comes on sale, because that's random. I know. This is not the prettiest. Again, blame the game designers. This is game design, and this is the kind of stuff that you should consider. Right? Like, that's just a fact. But they didn't. And now we're just doing this. But that doesn't stop me from doing it, because it's optimal and my goal is to get as far in this game as possible. Mostly so I can rub it in Larinal's face. That's actually my main motivation for this. Hey Larinal, shoutouts to Larinal. This is my main motivation for all of this. It's just to get as far as I can to rub it in Larinal's face. Or if you put the cloak in a big quick buy slot, this is not considered the shop. So sadly that doesn't work. We have enough soul crystals to buy in our Cloak of Carnage. Now we just need it to actually come into the shop. Which, by the way, is random. Okay. As soon as it comes into the shop, I will also close this. Like, don't worry, I'm not gonna keep it open while there's no way for us to actually have enough soul crystals. But right now, I need to actually just wait this out while I keep feeding these boys stats. Alright, enemies are actually kind of doing a little bit of something, but they're still getting completely annihilated. Oh, there it is. Okay, good. So we give this to you. And second Cloak of Carnage to our Zeus. So, yeah. You can see my Zeus is doing 22 million damage around right now. Yeah. You can see also this is why the Eidolon is so important. Right? We have our DPS is Zeus, Necro, and Eidolon. And it's Zeus at the number 1. Zeus will always be number 1. There's gonna be no point during this at which Zeus is not our highest DPS. But Eidolon is gonna be competing for the second spot very, very frequently. That's why we go for it. Eidolon is actually just... it's just a top DPS unit. Eidolon beats most heroes in the game in terms of DPS. And that's just purely because it's percentage based. You know, percentage based damage is just absurdly good. Alright, but as you can see here, it's just... Eidolon is incredible. Alright, more Outward Devours. So if you look at this now, my Zeus has 16 stacks of this. He also will gain attributes and be able to equip more valuable items when upgrade to star level. So let's just look at his stats right now. Look at his damage, 1592 base damage, right? So let's see if we get another Zeus. Here we go, 1592, right? We give that to him. And now we're at 1622. Is this a lot? No. Is this enough to be worth doing it? Yes. Right? Because it's not that he gets more damage, it's that he gets more stats. And stats means more damage on everything he does. And there's, as far as I can tell, no limit to how often you can do this. So you just keep doing it. Right? Like, in theory, all of your heroes have infinite potential. I mean, it's limited by your money, but nothing is limited by money in this game. So we have infinite money, so there's no reason to worry about that. We're gonna keep the shop open because we're looking for Cloaks of Carnage again. They really should have limited it to 5 for heroes. Absolutely, they should have limited it. 100%, but they didn't. And that's the important thing. This is what I keep talking about when I say game design, right? Like, they designed it and they decided it's so that they think this is fine. The problem is that this creates a worse experience for the player. And you can't expect the player to not do what's optimal. The player will always do what's optimal. Alright? So, like, yes, I would honestly much rather just watch my units slaughter this shit. Right? Like, I feel like that's what I want to do right now, but I can't because I want to get as far as possible, and if I want to get as far as possible, I need to sit here rerolling. So that's what we're doing. Also, we're getting Aghanim's for Necro, by the way. So Aghanim's on Necro, well, we already have one, right? But like, why is that important? Aghanim's for Necro makes it so that he multicasts his ultimate. So since right now it's mostly just about like killing individual units, like killing these creeps as much as possible. Reaper Scythe coming out and just kind of like dropping 2 of the nerds instantly is just great. Right, and it's also like a stun, it's got a very low cooldown, it's very spammable. And that's also part of the reason why we have Necro, because he's so spammable. The Cloak of Carnage is going to be very powerful. Alright, well, I'm just kind of like hoping this thing comes back into the shop soon. We are at round 50, by the way. And as you can see, we are not really in a situation where we need to worry about dying. Alright, so we have the maxed out Cloak of Carnage here. So whenever this triggers, he now deals 9% of enemies' HP in damage. Also, look at our deep damage right here. Zeus is at 46 million. Eidolon is at, you know, like a solid 16, 20 million. So, you may look at this, right, and be like, okay, well, Zeus obviously is doing crazy amounts of damage. So is Necro, so is Eidolon. But why do we have OD? Because I have just found OD to be the second most, like the fourth most damage. Like, he just, like, is OD keeping up with these other nerds? No. No, he's not. But nobody else is really even getting close. So since nobody else is actually dealing more damage than OD, I mean, I guess we keep OD, right? Cloak probably got... I already bought it. What are you guys talking about? This is level 3. Are you guys blind? Chad is yelling at me that there's a cloak in the shop, but I already got one. But yeah. OD is best of the worst. Well, OD is just like Necro and Zeus are tier 1 units, right? They're just the best, the 2 best heroes in the game. And OD is like the 3rd, but he's not in the same tier. You know what I mean? Like Zeus and Necro are in S tier, and OD is like solidly at the top of A tier, right? Like he's solidly at the top of A tier. He's just not quite there. You know, like OD is the Falco of Watch of Samsara. Where it's just like this character is clearly very good, but I mean there are these 3 other characters that are just clearly a lot better. So. If OD doesn't do any damage, would we better consider somebody else instead of OD? OD does do damage though, like it's not like it doesn't do any damage. But yeah, I gotta admit, I'm not too sure about OD yet. Like, you actually bring up a valid point where it's like saying, okay, well if OD isn't actually doing that much damage, wouldn't it be better to just like take a hero that can disable better? And yeah, maybe. I don't know. I think OD works pretty well, but I can see the argument there. The thing is that we don't really need more disable. Like, we have a lot of disable. I don't know. Look, I honestly couldn't tell you. This is really like the situation where, even though I've played a lot of this game by now, I haven't played enough to be able to answer this question properly. Okay, we can buy a Meteor Grimoire, which is very good. Gonna give that to you. Oh, hello. We're gonna sell the Moon Shard here. And we're gonna buy this. And I'm probably... This is probably worse on him than just getting a Bloodthorn, right? Alright, let's just get a Bloodthorn. Okay. Yeah, well, we still get the crystals, right? So, like, there's still a point to keeping up with the shop. Although right now, we are mostly just trying to get items for the OD. Like, that's another thing you kind of have to keep in mind with looking at the damage here. That OD is doing this damage right now without any of the super god tier items. Right? Like, if we look at Zeus, Zeus has Ring of Disaster, which is a god tier item. Cloak of Carnage level 3, Meteor Grimoire, and Octarine Core. 4 god tier items. Necro has 1, 2, 3... Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4. Also 4 god tier items. And OD currently has 1. And considering that, he's doing good damage. Like, he's just not doing 120,000 damage around. You know? But like, considering the situation he is in, OD seems like a good option. Oh. Yeah, also... Million. Sorry, it's not 120,000, it's 120 million. Yes, also everybody keeps telling me about their shitty Black Dragons doing 200 million damage total, and it's just like, get the fuck out of here. This is how much damage, this is how much damage Zeus does in a single round. You know? Alright. So this is where it's starting to look a little bit scary. But keep in mind that this is actually still fine. Eidolon, currently Midnight Pulse is on cooldown. As soon as that comes back online, we've got a lot more damage output. Right, like that's one of the biggest problems with the Eidolon. It's just like this kind of like heavy cooldown on the Midnight Pulse. But it is back, and as you can see, it instantly cleared out everything. That is why the Eidolon is good, because it just kind of does a shit ton of damage. Like, honestly, I feel like my next item I go for here is actually an Octarine Core for the Eidolon. What do we have to beat? My record is 102. So we are actually not that far away from it. Also, look at how much money I've already spent. But yeah, if we get 405 Soul Crystals, we're getting the Eidolon Octarine Core. Seems like a good idea. 117 yesterday? Oh, well, 117 is the total round. Right, you have to add 55 on top of that. So 117 yesterday is actually only 62. We are well past that already. We are at 92 right now. So, just not even a big deal. But yeah, you know what I'm kind of happy about? Like, I am now at a point of understanding of this game that I can do this where we are right now pretty consistently. If you give me a Zeus to start out with, I'm pretty confident I can get us to the stage. And then it's just kind of like optimizing from there. Ooh, look at that. It's looking a bit scary, but Eidolon, my boy. Oh yeah, he just used it. Ooh, looking a bit scary. But, ooh, Summer coming through. Can OD do it? Yeah. Nope, we're fine. We're fine. We're fine. Oh, that's insane. Ooh, 98. Yeah, this is where it's starting to look really spooky. There's a lot of stuff on the map. Some of them are leaking. Okay, we had a round. We are at wave 100. So another Cloak of Carnage, by the way, is not really that useful. I know Cloak of Carnage is very good, but it actually doesn't really do anything for us. And this is my previous record. So we have beaten my previous record right now. Because we're gonna get to round 103. Like, we are at round 103. This is how far I've gotten before. Alright, Octarine Core. We put that on the Eidolon. We do not need this. So this now has 8 seconds. Yeah, it has a much lower cooldown. I'm very happy about that, actually. I think this Octarine Core is very, very helpful. Makes us run better than the other one. I'm in a higher round. Meteor Grimoire for Eidolon. We don't care about that. Eidolon just doesn't... Like, Eidolon just spams Midnight Pulse. We just want to spam it as much as possible. I think Octarine Core is a much better option. So we're still improving our power level here, right? Like, we're still growing more powerful as we go through this. Like, you can see my Zeus now does 2000 damage here. I mean, if I've given this guy 44 Zeuses. Just gonna keep feeding the boy. 310 million damage. So, I wanna never hear about the stupid ass Black Dragon. If I hear one more time about any Black Dragons. Oh hey, I accidentally gave you one of these. Oh. You know what? I feel like this Octarine Core actually made a massive difference. Holy shit. Maybe I should have given one to that guy earlier. I don't know, actually. I mean, it is working. Why change something that worked, right? $116. We are starting to actually like dip a little low on money. So I'm not gonna go below 200,000 in terms of rerolls. I think going below 200,000 kind of takes away the option of buying further items. Because it's not possible for us to make any money anymore, right? So since we can't make any money anymore, yeah. Okay. Want to be a bit careful of our resources. I look forward to when I don't have to reroll anymore. Because I actually want to like watch what's happening, you know? Damn, that Octarine core made a big difference. Really feels like we should have gotten that earlier. Okay. Oh, it's a bit laggy again. Yeah. This is why we have Necro. He deals with the big units pretty well. Just kind of like blows them up really quick. Around 128. I want to see Laranel beat this. I want to see Laranel beat this one. I think the next item we would buy here is an Octarine core for the Chaos Golem. So we have, you know, like Chaos Golem actually, a Chaotic Golem actually does decent damage. Yeah. Really feels like we should replace this OD. It's just scary to replace him right now. You know, I don't want to do that right now. I don't know what I would replace him with either. Maybe a Kunkka? No. Oh, it's lagging a bit. Seems like we might actually be able to get another Octarine core. Oh, I don't need these two. Is there another hero that does percentage-based damage? I'm hoping to buy this Octarine core as soon as it comes online. Definitely putting that on a Chaotic Golem. Okay. Yeah, we give this to you. Then replace this. Alright. It's nice because it also reduces the cooldown on the rockfall, which helps. Axe because with Culling Blade. Kill threshold 0.7. What does that mean? That doesn't mean anything to me. So Axe doesn't add anything in terms of damage. This right here is at least like a stun, but she doesn't do much else. It feels like multiply with Axe health. Well, that's not useful. I don't think that would be very helpful at all. Shadow Shaman has a disable, but it's not enough. Crystal Main might not be terrible, but like one of her abilities is useless. It seems like Kunkka would be the best option because he has 2 disables on relatively low cooldowns. Either that or the Shrug. I mean, the Shrug also has 2 disables on very low cooldowns. It does feel like the Shrug might be better. How do we feel about replacing OD with Leshrac right now? Gotta make that decision. I kind of just want to leave things as they are. I don't know. Let's see if we get some Leshracs. I think Leshrac is our best option. But the thing to keep in mind is I've given this OD 30 ODs. I'm gonna need a lot of Leshracs to make up for that. No, I'm not changing anything. I'm not changing anything. Not right now. It's too late. It's too late. Like that, maybe that's something we can try next time. You know, kind of like optimize the strat by putting down Leshrac instead of OD. That might be an improvement, but I don't think it would help us right now. No. I've given this OD so many. And it's not like his damage is that bad. He does 11 million damage. It's just that Zeus almost does 1 billion. Oh man. Like my Zeus has 1.2 billion damage. Eidolon is 660 million. Like the thing is, this is why these units are broken, because they just do percentage based damage. Like this applies to all of my top 3 DPS. Right, Zeus, Necro, and the Eidolon. They all do percentage based damage. That's why they are so strong. Right? And none of these jokers do percentage based damage. Like that's what we need. If there's another hero that does percentage based damage, that would be great, but there isn't one. So yeah. Oh shit, I should have taken that. Oops. I'm kind of done with rerolling, honestly. I just don't want to anymore. Maledict is percent? Yes, Maledict is percentage based. And you know something? I think having the Fatal Pulse really helped. So oh my god. Oh my god, I was worried it crashed. Ooh, I was really worried it was gonna crash. Alright, we can almost afford another Meteor more. Do we go for that? What else would we go for? And who would I even give it to? I guess you? Yeah, I guess. Let's give it to the Chaotic Golem. That seems fine. Rapier on OD? Why would I give anything to the OD? OD is dealing 5.5 million damage and Zeus is dealing 1.6 billion. You know, it's just like, who gives a shit about OD? Who cares? It's just not. I just don't know if Leshrac, but Leshrac disables. No, Leshrac would be better than OD. I have now convinced myself that Leshrac would be better. But I think I'm out of money. I think it's too late for me to convince myself of this. So, oh well. Oh no. Please, have mercy on me. Look at how much HP these nerds have. Don't you fucking dare crash on me. Don't you fucking dare! Don't you dare! Oh man. Okay. I mean, I'm not getting any less rocks anyway. But I was at least getting some of these nerds. Okay, hello? Are we still here? Are we still here? I'm very worried. I am very worried. Trying to beat my game, not with that PC. I have a very good PC. I want to make that clear. My PC is much better than really should be needed for this. Okay. I wonder if we'll make it to round 200. It's starting to look a bit grim. We've got the second line of defense though. This is why we have the Granite Golem. Granite Golem just kind of like acts as a second line of defense in the back. I can kind of see replacing the Granite Golem with Uno, to be honest. What do you guys think about that? Oh, look at that! We had infinite damage. We are past the integer. Hey, Marphilius B, thank you so much for the sub, dude. If I remember right, the board deals 8% of max HP damage to enemies. Yeah, but the board requires a lot of, like, supporting costs. It requires an alpha wolf. And I don't have 2 unit slots. That's just something that we don't have. Alright. Are we dead? Are we still alive? I don't know. There's a countdown ticking. I think we might die here. 3, 2... Oh, nope, nope, nope. We are below it. Again, we reset the timer. Oh, we're clearing a bit. Ooh, okay. Ooh, yeah. I mean, this is where we die. It's a shame we didn't make it to 200. We might still, but I find it very unlikely. 3, 2, 1. 252. Use the runes? Fuck that! I'm not using that shit. I'm not paying. That would ruin the entire run. If I use one of those stupid pay-to-win things right now, that would have ruined the entire run, because then the entire thing becomes invalid. Right? No! That is not... Never. It's just like... Then it becomes illegitimate. Not gonna do that. Not gonna... Never. Never, 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 never. That's poor pay-to-win bullshit. Alright. My Zeus did 97 billion damage. Does global ranking work? Not from what I can tell. Oh, I can't check the other stuff. Did it die? Ah, Dota! Come on! You wanted to see how much damage the Necro and the Eidolon did. Alright. Should have placed a black dragon. If only I had a black dragon. If honestly, if we had a black dragon, we would have done much better. Like, I feel like that was not a very good run, but with a black dragon, it would have been totally so much better. Alright. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Alright, that is the furthest I ever got by a very significant margin. If you did, don't forget to do a rating on the video. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Goodbye.